there be a mekase democracy anywhere. The foundational way are your institutions.
Yeah.
So in any your friends saying democracy be a grow and mature to a certain level, no. You get in and you realize institutions have a great footholding because I don't know your pillars, your friends have beneath the establishment and answer the democratic whole process, no.
Yeah.
So anywhere over sense weak institutions, you know, it means that democracy there is fragile, just hanging on, and a or break down any point in time. That is why I always know Yemubinum have been advocating say it is very important for us to build strong institutions instead of building strong men who will be operating at the behest of their personal emotions or whatever. And the institutions everywhere. In that regard, no, these institutions will be very effective and they will help us to, you know, streamline and also help us fight some of the cankers are very often popping up like corruption. And then as a form. So with regards to petitioner, Obia submitted seeking the removal of Kyei Innocent, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Nipan Odano, and the EC boss, you know. I think that they are in line with democratic practices. Because we are not living in a country where the president will wake up a day and say, Mapamu Kofi. No. The Constitution will not allow the president to do that. And the framers of the Constitution taught it why such situations will definitely arise. Because with the 2 million power, they can go overboard, overdrive. And some of these, you know, windows have been created. The citizens will also have the right to exploit this avenue that has been created, to inquire whether it is possible to remove these people based on, and yet to my series of such happenings. My men started from Kyei Innocent. I think that my culture of my position on the Office of the Special Prosecutor said it was a useless because the intent and the purposes for its establishment it wasn't about fighting corruption. Because my culture said in any serious democratic dispensation, if you want to fight corruption, you don't need to set up many offices. It is about the political will and the commitment on the part of the power holders. We are willing to ensure that we will crack the whip and allow institutions to work. So the very often you see multiplicity of institutions with your friends overlapping responsibilities coming in, then it shows that we are just communicating to the people out there say we are doing something, but in reality we are doing nothing. So the Special Prosecutor President Akufo-Addo SRT up received that idea, then they had a right candidate to be used to execute that agenda. Because at the time the NDC has exited power in Ghana, they needed to, go after people who had in the previous administration done A, B, C, D. So their choice at the time was Martin Amidu, who was very bitter and very angry, and they thought said they could tap into his anger, his venom, and use him against certain individuals. But Martin Amidu proves that, even though he was angry, but he's a man of conviction and will not allow himself to be used in that kind of game. So he prevailed against those influences. Then at the end of the day, we all saw what happened. Then fast forward, Kyei Innocent came in, and then it has been drama upon drama upon drama upon drama. At some point in time, he did a press conference and said the government of the day never tied my hands and I was not allowed to work. I have a basic principle. Say, for Juma Sabaya, Nasa Nipana offer Sabaya Juma say, oh, see what no kwanya. As a principled person, what you do is to announce to the whole world, resign and go home. You don't sit at the office and draw salaries, and later you come and justify why you failed. For me, that was a no-go area, but that is the kind of the justification that he gave to the people of this country, because Akufo-Addo government did not allow him. A back justification, because you walk away. That's exactly what Martin Amidu did. That is what a person of principle and higher conviction will do. You are seeking to impose your opinions on me. I'll walk away and tell you I won't do the show. You understand? I will not sit here and kowtow to your dictates. And then later I'll go out to tell people, so in 700 TVs in America, exactly. So I was expecting him to have resigned at the time and put the government on notice. You didn't do that, but rather he was in love with the job and the goodies that were coming with it. And unfortunately for him, there hasn't been any case Kyei Innocent from day one basic now. What may lead to a successful prosecution? Me who say wa prosecute wa bebe anasa akoko. from day one, and all that they tell you is, we have recovered money, we have saved this, we have to. Well, this SMLD by the very person who broke the lead on this particular case, Manasseh. Manasseh brought the details of it, which led to the subsequent investigation by other bodies, and then the issue became a national phenomenon, and we were discussing. So you later going to visit that particular issue, trying to put a monetary value on it, and tell the people, say, oh, they just say, you are a joke. Yeah, Yatikroman, a special prosecutor, Tam, or Shenity, as a more call war, Sudan, and popping no muko sisela da pafie ekotutu nempa beka che se na duku sika eguminie kika nsem bebre I don't know the day no issues no be yeah foolish case it got to a point that says baby ababadru there we need to refer it to your friend saying Yoko because we have a bit of your friend saying money laundering and other stuff in it, so it is outside our remit as a special prosecutor as we speak now. The Cecilia Dapa case has been rendered useless. It was a fertile case which the state could have prosecuted and ensure that we got to the at the bottom of it. Cecilia Dapa case is saying, and there are several of such cases. And for me, sitting afar and watching Kyei Innocent on the screen, I am told he's a very smart, intelligent lawyer. And Omo Watcher Omwadie school will attest to the fact he's indeed a very intelligent young man. But yeah, I think he has a deficiency. And that deficiency is he's emotionally overbearing. And he's unable to control his emotions. And that has overridden in the sense of reasoning. And so we see most of the press conferences, you could see clearly say, clouded with emotions instead of reasoning. And out of sheer emotions and reasoning diminish bit by bit. For instance, so since former finance minister issue by the series of press conferences I gather. If you go through NASA was scripted now the chronology of events now consistency in some which was a name in some so and that consistency is missing.